The Big Issue. Breaking down the issues that matter.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Leadership Podcast. And of course, it is another edition of the Big Issue. And of course, today's big issue is a very special one, not the regular type where our in-house analysts will always come to discuss the issue. Today, we have a very special guest on the big issue. And of course, the big issue of the day is one-on-one with APC National Chairmanship Aspirant, Mohammed Saidu Etsu. You're welcome to this program, sir.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yes, as usual, I'm your regular host. George Agba is my name. And of course, you are aware that the Governing All Progressive Congress will be holding their national convention on February 26, as declared by the chairman of the National Caretaker Committee of the party. Of course, aspirants are jostling, scrambling, and of course, campaign and preparations have started in top gear. And in Leadership Podcast on the big issue, we're able to get one of the big fish to be with us here. And we'll be engaging him on certain questions concerning the national chairmanship race, the convention, and other sundry issues in the party. So, sir, we have seen you among the aspirants, and of course, you have actually been very active. And we would like to know, first of all, what inspired your ambition to contest the national chairmanship position of the APC?
Thank you very much. I think first and foremost, we have to appreciate Nigerians and the Progressive family for believing this party, which we call All Progressive Congress, since 2014. And with the likes of things, the party is still going beyond 2023 because there's no any party that can match it in terms of agenda and what they put on ground.
All right.
I joined this race first and foremost to see how we young people in this country can put ourselves in the political scene and take the mantle of leadership as soon as possible. Well, there's already a gap between the older generations and the young people. And I think there's a time for us to fill the vacuum and to make sure that we take the mantle of leadership and put the country in the right direction. And there's no better time than now. That's why I joined this race to contest for the office of the national chairman of the All Progressive Congress. And what we're doing now is to start it from party politics. We're not going to be doing as normal thing that our young people do, to be contesting for the president of the country. But if you get the party things right, that's how you can be able to even get another young people to come on board and aspire, and the country will go.
Yes, thank you very much. Sir, you talked about representing and then coming from the constituency of the younger generation. And of course, most people have actually spoken about generational shift in terms of leadership in the country. But we understand that this race is going down the wire. How are you preparing and how confident are you about your chances? And the convention kept dragging up to this time. Your next time, Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari had to come on national television to warn. Look, if you continue all this kind of infighting, internal rancor, quarreling within the party, you are going to pave way for the opposition, People's Democratic Party, to take power from us. Are you not worried about all these crises?
Thank you very much for this question. I think people should know that there is no any political party that is crisis free. For of certain interests and some certain powerful people that are in it. And when we say crisis, you put in a picture that is something that is gone beyond management. But that's not true. And when you said the president is raised an alarm, the president is a member of the party and is the leader of the party. He's just trying to waken us up that we should do what we should be doing by now. And it's already done because if you look at what happened immediately, the president made the pronouncement. And that's what leadership is all about. You must wake your children up in the morning, tell them that they should wake up and take their bath and brush up so that they will prepare for school. And you can see the president have done that. Now, the members of the party have woken up. The CECP caretaker committee have done the right thing by making sure that the convention is held on the 6th of February and starts putting some house in order to make sure that things are done. That's how it turns in politics. Because interest is there. And putting some interest in alignment, you must envisage or go through all these processes. But now I think the party is getting it clear. We're going for convention, and after the convention, we are going to organize ourselves again, go for an election, which is primary election, and the general election that I'm optimistic by 2023, the APC is going beyond 2023. It's kind of people I see on ground, the kind of caliber of people that can be able to manage crisis. And they have been doing it since the time of even Adam Oshomole. It's because of little one or two things that bring up the issue of the caretaker committee, and they have been able to manage it, and up to now we are managing it, and we are going to come out with it.
All right, most people have actually criticized the Gumi-led National Caretaker Committee. Of course, they have argued that the committee had always wanted to extend this tenure, and most people have accused the committee of not coming out clean to be very transparent in how it manages the affairs of the party. Some people have even said just a microscopic view of party members, especially the governors. I think there was this report where we say only 3 governors are not controlling the APC. Do you agree with that?
You know, when you're in a leadership position, there is no how you be 100% satisfactory to the generality of 41 million people. Now, it's just your ability to manage the crisis at that time. That's what makes you a spectacular individual. And when people said you hijacked the party or the Gumi committee have hijacked the party, but you can see what's happened. The president, who is the father of the party, who is the leader of the party, just make a statement.
A mere pronouncement.
Mere pronouncement, and you can see that
the speed at which they
use and things changed.
The date for the convention was
good. Now, that is how it should be. On people to listen. Leadership is the ability for you to listen and make corrections. And if they are accusing of wrongdoings or hijacking the party, by now you have done the corrections by doing what the majority wants. Putting the convention date, started putting some processes on ground, giving a timetable for convention. And that's what we expected, and he's been doing it. Now, if you say he hijacked it, that means he doesn't want to even do what the president does. He said. You understand? That means that one will know that, okay, Buni wants to take the party to his house and put it in the pocket. But now, you can see things have changed, and the party is going forward.
Well, thank you very much. Before we proceed, we will actually take a very short break. And of course, we don't expect that you go offline. Keep tab with us. We'll be back in a moment.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
The Big Issue. Breaking down the issues that matter.
Welcome back. We are still on the big issue in leadership podcast. And of course, the big issue of the day is one-on-one with APC National Chairmanship Aspirant, Mohammed Saidu Etsu. He's a frontline aspirant for the national chairmanship context in the forthcoming national convention of the party, due to hold on the 26th of February 2022. So, sir, back to what we were saying. You are in a race that has big weeks and money bags in the APC as aspirant. Don't you feel intimidated that you are in a context with people with big names, deep pockets, political influence, and have some very strong structural base?
Thank you very much. When people always say big names, big pockets, who are the people driving this? They look for people. And it's not that they bring out money and started doling out on the streets. It's people that will think, make sure that their campaigners will drive into the stage. And those are the things that those are the people that we have, people that have the capacity to think, to make sure that we win an election without an intimidation. And these people are not intimidating us, because what I'm concerned is, I know that it's time for us to think. It's about generational shift. It's not about you have money. If you look at what's happened in the last 2-3 years in the country, young people are yearning to take charge, irrespective of resources that you can be able to bring to soft pedal what they have in mind. Now, when you talk about money, it's not about money that can. You mean that there are some people that have money, but they have their way in politics. It depends on the way you play your cards. You'll be able to motivate. That's how you can be able to get your results. And I'm doing that because I know what it takes to win an election. Because I've served, hasn't been a member of youth leader of my local government, member of youth vanguard of CPC, and a member of late Son Isaiah campaign organization, member of President Muhammad Buhari campaign organization in 2015. And in 2019, I still repeat the same thing. I know what it takes. Does the president brings out money to win election? It's people. It's about ideas. People brought. It's a collective interest of Nigerians that they need to bring this man into power, and that is the collective interest that is trying to bring me to power, to make sure that I win an election, and I'm going to win. I'm not intimidated. I'm not feeling intimidated by my co-contestor, because I know virtually everybody is looking for people, and Nigerians and the party men know what is good for them. And everybody has no manifesto, and I'm selling my manifesto, and people are believing my ideas.
Okay, what you're saying in a nutshell is that you think money will not decide who wins at the national convention in a country that its politics had always been characterized by money lobbying through financial.
Thank you very much. What matters in this game is about network and lobby. But when you're talking about money, who are you going to give money? We know, yeah, you need small resources, logistics-wise, to move around, which God has been doing by power of young people and power of people, even the older generation that believe in our cause. We're doing that, doing campaign logistics and whatever. We're doing that. But when you're talking about giving out people money, are you going to, what? If I give money, you give money, and you give the same amount of money. You must still have a choice, right? When 8 aspirants give 100,000, for example, you must still have a choice that you still believe in one person. You get it? Now, when you're talking about money, you must believe in someone first before you even agree that the money will work for you. And I believe that party men and women believe in my cause, and that's why I'm getting it, and I'm going to win this election.
Well, you spoke about being part of the campaign train of the late founder of Leadership Media Group, and of course, a chieftain of the All Progressive Congress. And you even spoke of coming up with ideas. And you know that he was a man who believed in big ideas. And of course, that actually sparks my interest in what you think you will do different from past national chairman to giving the opportunity to govern, to lead the governing party. So what do you think you're coming with? And what are your manifestos? What do you think you are actually going to do differently from past chairman? And how do you intend to move the party forward within the backdrop of one of your mentors, the late founder of Leadership and a one-time presidential aspirant of the same party?
Thank you very much. You should know that in politics you must have a school of thought. And I came from Sam Idaya's school of thought in politics. And immediately you said Sam Idaya, you must attach something to it, which is big ideas. You don't have to be doing normal campaign that you'll be shouting, carrying posters around. Sam taught us how you'll be able to be issue-based campaign. When you are going for an election, you must know what is in your kit. You must know what you want to sell to people. And that's why in my contest to aspire for this position of national chairman, I came with APC reset agenda. And that's what virtually everybody knows me. I came with a reset agenda and it has 4 cardinal things. The 5 cardinal points in my reset agenda is 1, positive rebranding of this party. We must rebrand the party and tell Nigerians that this is the party that took over power from ground zero to the next level that we are in now. And from next level, we are taking it to the higher level. That's the positive rebranding that I'm bringing to the party. Secondly, is about party supremacy. We must respect the party. We must believe and respect the party. If you have an organization, party is about coming together, forming an organization, agree on do's and don'ts. You must respect that do's and don'ts of the organization. That's why we put that party supremacy as key. Thirdly, is internal democracy in the party. We want to build a strong internal democracy that virtually everybody that comes to the party and have aspiration must be respected, and process to make sure that we do what is right within the confines of our constitution. It does the right. The last one is quality reward system. The reward system that we started in our party, it's not something encouraging. That's why if you are opportunity to lead this party, we must introduce what we call a quality reward system where people that work hard to make sure that this party will stay beyond 2023 must be rewarded according to their capacity to deliver to Nigerians. Because right now, APC have what it takes to take this country to the promised land. And we have people that have energy to drive it. And that's why anybody that works for the party must be rewarded accordingly.
Thank you. There is this report that the APC may opt for a consensus candidate. And what are your chances in the event where a consensus candidate is actually reached out?
Look at the big wins that you said in the party and my chances. I told you that I'm 100% optimistic I'm going to win this election. Look at the people that are into the politics. They've been there before. Who do you think will live from each other? But they can look at me as a young person that have energy, that have capacity to deliver the party. I believe all of them can say, okay, come go and do this. Let's be your advisor. Let's be a stakeholder in this game. Because I've been in touch with them. The last meeting that we held, actually, I told all of them that I was takes to leave that let them endorse me. And I believe when the chips are down, they will do that.
That would have been the reason why recently it was in the media that you paid a visit to one of the national chairmanship aspirant, former Nasarawa State Governor, Marukanko Admakura. The reason why?
Of course! These are one of our strategies. You understand? We're doing something different. We're not at war. We have about 10 aspirants now. Something more because we don't know how the game will go. Because the form is not yet on the market. It's an aspirant, I'm going to go to them and tell them that they should leave this thing for me. I'll tell them reason A to Z why they should step aside and give me the chance. And their interest will be carried along.
And then specifically, what do you tell them the reason why they should allow you to?
Thank you very much. They've been tested. You have been tested, some of them are governors, some of them are senators, and we're still the same cycle we are. Let them bring new good ideas so that we can be able to move from the position we are to another position.
And fighting beyond those young people.
Exactly. Because that's what the president does. He advised us make a pronouncement and things have changed. That's what we expect them to be doing. When we are moving astray, they will guide us. That is how we do. So that we are the one that have the energy. We have the 21st century capacity to lead in any assignment given to us. I discussed with the former governor of Nasarawa State. I discussed with my brother, Saidu Etsu. I'm going to see the present minister of duties, Limodu Sharif, Nazizi. All of them, I'm going to see them before the convention or before even talking about consensus. We are going to agree ourselves within ourselves. I believe that they will agree and they will give me this.
And you see all of them coming to really buy into your.
Of course, because they know I'm like a son, I'm like a brother to them. This is the time for them to retire. I have said it in many forums that when you are working or when you are engaged in the civil service, when you are up to 60 years, you are expected to go back home and relax. And if you didn't relax, you go back to the back block and be a consultant. Let them be a consultant. Then appoint them as a consultant to this project and let's move the party forward.
All right. That is the much we can take with our special guest here, a frontline national chairmanship aspirant of the Governing All Progressive Congress, Mohammed Saidu Etsu. It has been nice, and of course, we are very, very elated to have you here in the studio. And thank you, Avia, for keeping the tab with us there. And of course, this is where we draw the curtain for the big issue of the day. Join us same time next Monday for another edition of this program. Do have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.